Whether you're new to NBA 2K25 or maybe you're just making your first center build and you're not quite sure what to do and you want a nice, well-rounded, all-around build that can do a little bit of everything, maybe you're a solo rec player that wants to go in with a center, I got the build here for you guys. I'm not going to waste your time on this one. We're going to get right into it. Let's go. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JD back with my NBA 2K25 all-around center build. This one, like I said, is going to be a center build that can do a little bit of everything. It really doesn't have any flaws. If this build helps you out, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. Like I said, this build is going to be at the center position. For this particular build here, I'm going to go 7 foot. Now, I'm going to bring you guys more of a stretch type of a build and an inside build. You know, we'll do Wemby builds, all of that fun stuff. But this one right here is going to be more of your all-around, do a little bit of everything. I don't want to call it a meta build, but 7 foot seems to be that nice sweet spot as far as the landing, as far as like centers go. So we're going to go 7 foot. We're going to go 242 on the weight. And then for the wingspan, we're going to take this off 1 notch here. We're going to go 7'5" on the wingspan. Now, when I make my builds, I always like to start out with these, with the physicals first, just like I said in some of my previous videos and everything like that. They're tied into some of the different attributes, badges, and all that type of stuff. So being a center, obviously, we're going to want to be as fast as possible. So we're going to go ahead and max out our speed here at a 70 so that we can move around the court a little bit. We're going to take our agility up just a little further. We're going to go to 55. We're not going to max that out. As a center, you're probably going to be slightly slower anyway. You know, this isn't going to be like a competitive pro-am type of a center. Maybe we'll do something like that down the line where you're swinging out of the corner and doing rotations and everything like that. So agility, not quite you know, as much needed here. For the strength on this build, I'm going to go 86. And for the reason I'm going to go 86 is because for me personally, I'm just about to hit my starter 3 or whatever it is to get my +5 cap breakers. I'm going to put my +5 on here so that I can eventually have a 91 strength on this build. So for starters, we're going to go to 86. If you don't have your cap breakers, 86 will be a nice solid strength, and then this build will be sitting there for you when you are able to get them, and then you can add that additional +5 to it. So 85 strength here to start out with, and then down at the vertical, we're going to take this up to an 80. I always like to have as much vertical, you know, as possible. We're not going to quite max it out, but I like to have a nice vertical on my center builds. I feel like it helps you with rebounding, with blocks, all of that good stuff. So we definitely were going to skimp out there, and like I said, just wanted to have good solid all-around physicals on this type of a build to begin with. So first things first, with the finishing, what we're going to do is we're going to go with an 84 on our close shot. You'll see that's going to get us Silver Paint Prodigy over here on the right hand side. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zip through all the finishing stats, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the badges themselves. For the driving layup, we're going to take this up to a 70. Nothing too crazy, but again, you want to have enough on here that you're not going to be a liability when you drive into the hoop and you're trying to lay the ball up and whatnot. Same thing here with the driving dunk. We're going to take that up to a 70 as well. Then for the standing dunk, we're going to put an 81 standing dunk on this build. As you can see, that gets you silver rise up real quick over on the right hand side. But what that's also going to do is get you the pro big man contact dunks as well. You know, so if that's something you're looking for, you're definitely going to have that on this build. And then, like I said, I wanted this build to be able to do a little bit of everything. So if you get stuck down in the post, we want to have a little bit of post control on this build. And we also want to be able to get unpluckable on it as well. So we're going to put the post control up to 75. So what you can see as we got here, going back and looking at the badges, we got, you know, this build, like I said, is an all-around type of a build. You're not going to have like legend badges and, you know, Hall of Fame maybe type badges out the gates. You're going to have some silver, you're going to have some gold badges here and there. You know, if you want to use your max +1s, your cap breakers to increase anything, you certainly can do that. But like I said, the build is very solid all the way around. Full shot, 84, paint prodigy, float game, hook specialist, all on silver. Driving layup at a 70, you get physical finisher on bronze, area wizard on silver. So like I said, you're going to be able to catch all those alley-oops and everything. We just talked about the driving dunk. With a 70 driving dunk, I'm going to show you this after the build is done, the animations and everything, but you can get some pretty decent dunk packages on a big man with a 70 driving dunk. And then that 81 standing dunk, like we talked about, you get rise up on silver. You're going to get you the pro big man contact dunks, and then the post control, you're going to get post powerhouse on silver. You see post up poet, unpluckable on bronze, hook specialist on silver. So again, if you get caught down in the post or you want to do a little bit of in the post, you're going to have that post control there for you. Now, moving down to the shooting. Mid-range shooting is one of the glitchiest things in this game. If you guys haven't caught on to it, it's just very consistent. It's very nice to have on a big man as well. If you're just in that middle range area, you're trying to break a zone, you're trying to do one of those things, you want to have some mid-range on your build. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this all the way up to an 85, and what that's going to do is get us Deadeye on silver, which is going to be a very nice badge to have, especially on a big man. You got somebody with a high perimeter coming out there and trying to close out on you. You want to have some Deadeye on there. So again, we're going to go 85 on the mid-range. Now for the 3-ball, because we have that high mid-range, I don't feel like we need to go super high on our 3-point shot. So for this one, we're going to go 75. And because we have that 85 mid-range shot, we're going to have access to a lot of very nice jump shots, which again is just going to be able to help us shoot from the outside because we're going to have those nice jump shot bases and whatnot. And then for the free throw, I didn't have a ton of extra attribute points left over. I'm only going 61 on the free throw. If you want to move things around and have a higher free throw, by all means. But if you know your free throw timing and everything, 61 is going to be more than enough. Don't get me wrong there. Now going through and looking at the badges real quick. With this 85 mid-range, you see we have Silver Deadeye, Post-Fade Phenom, and Set Shot Specialist. I would advise maybe using your Max +1 to maybe put one of those up if you're looking for a little extra boost as far as the shooting goes. You can see we don't get limitless range on this build. We're not going to be shooting from half court or anything like that. When we make our stretch build, we'll do some fun stuff as far as that goes. But again, just very solid all around as far as the shooting goes. Now moving down to the playmaking, we want to have some nice pass accuracy on this build, so we're going to take this up to an 87. What 87 is going to do is get us a break starter on gold. It's going to get us access to some nice pass style animations. You're going to want to be able to get the rebounds and throw that ball up the court being the primary center, or even if you're grabbing the board down low and you're kicking it out off an offensive rebound, again, you want to have that nice high pass accuracy so you can zip those passes out to your teammates so you can hit them with solid open looks. With the ball handle, again, nothing too crazy here. This isn't going to be like an ISO type center or somebody that's going to move. When we get into maybe like our stretch playmaker centers and our Wemby builds and our Chet builds, something like that, we're going to make centers that have ball handle on them. Again, this is going to be more of that like well-rounded, do a little bit of everything. We're going to have 55, so we're going to be able to move a little bit. And then the speed with ball here, we're going to put up at a 40, which is going to get us access to a couple of decent dribble styles as well. So again, nothing too crazy here with the dribbling, but with the passing, you can see we're going to have bailout on bronze, which is always nice to have. We're going to have break starter on gold, dimer on gold, so when you are, again, offensive rebound being the big thing, you're kicking it out, boom, they're getting that gold dimer boost. Same thing with the break starter, so you have versatile visionary, which is going to help throw the lobs, do all the flashy passes, different things like that. Ball handle, because we have the 75 post control, we do have bronze unpluckable. I'm going to show you the different animations and stuff that you get after we go ahead and finish out the build. And then, like I said, the 40 speed with ball is going to get us access to a couple of pretty decent dribble styles and stuff like that, which again I'll cover here in just a minute. So again, pretty solid as far as the playmaking goes. Lastly, down to the defense and rebounding. Like I said, we want to be able to do a little bit of everything. We want to be able to protect the paint and whatnot. So for this build, we're going to go ahead and put an 82 interior defense on it. You see that's going to get you silver post lockdown. For the perimeter defense, we're going to go ahead and bump this all the way up to a 62. That's going to get you a movable enforcer on bronze, and that's going to just help with jump shot contests and everything like that. When you're playing on the outside, even though you're not going to have challenger, I feel like having that extra perimeter defense is just going to help, whether it's bumping somebody, making a cut or whatnot, or again, challenging the jump shots out on the perimeter. If you don't have perimeter defense, you're not going to get any type of a contest, so that's why I always like to bump that up. Kind of same thing with the steal here. We're not going to go too crazy on the steal, but we are going to take it up to a 60 to get us the bronze interceptor. Now moving down here to the block, this is where we start to get it, it's a little bit into the bread and butter, the meat potatoes, if you want to call it, for this type of a build. We're going to go 93 on the block. That's going to end up getting you gold paint patroller, gold high flying denier. You're going to be swatting, shots in the paint and whatnot. Like I said, you want to be a little bit of everything, like a do-it-all type of a center build. Blocking shots definitely comes with that. And then moving down here to the rebounding, last but not least, if you guys don't know, offensive rebound is definitely cheaper than the defensive rebound. Helps you get access to some different badges at higher levels and everything like that. So what we're going to do on this build, we're going to go ahead and go all the way up to 93 on our offensive rebound, and we're going to max this out here at 80 on the defensive rebound. Now because we have 93, yes, you only need 92 to get the gold rebound chaser, but like I said with the cap breakers, not only do you get the +5, you know, if you're starter 3 or whatever it is, like I said, you could put that down here on your strength to have the 91 strength, which is going to get you gold brick wall. You know, it's going to help out with some of the other stuff, just be stronger with boxing out, doing all of those types of things. But you also get a +1 cap breaker for this season for hitting level 40. And for me, I would put it right here on the offensive rebound to give you a 94 offensive rebound, which as you can see will bump your box out beast up to Hall of Fame. So that's just going to help out securing those rebounds, boxing your opponent out and whatnot. So that's why I'm going 93 and not 92 on my offensive rebound. Again, if you want to take it down to 92, you want to move some other things around, by all means, I'm laying the template out for you guys. Like I said in all my other videos, feel free to tweak it as you feel fit best, but I think this build is about as well-rounded as you can get for a center. Like I said, it can finish inside, it can drive to the hoop, you can get some nice dunk animations. We have very solid shooting, passing, you can dribble just a little bit on this one, very solid defense, and then very solid physicals. So when we finish this thing off, we're going to get shades of Chris Bosh, Alperen Sengun, and Domantas Sabonis, so some very nice comparisons as far as the build goes. And you can see as far as the build name itself, it's going to be a two-way inside the arc maestro, so you get kind of a cool build name and everything to go along with it. Now I told you guys I would show you the animations and stuff that you get with it. We talked about having that 55, you do get the access to the normal dribble style, having that 40 speed with ball, and then also you get the Domantas Sabonis dribble style too, just a little bit quicker than normal. For you big men that don't have a super high speed with ball or ball handle, you can use that. Then as far as your dribble moves and everything goes, you're just going to get a lot of the normal dribble styles, which again, if you know how to use them, can be very effective. Like I said, we're going to get into the stretch playmaker types of builds. We're going to have some higher, you know, speed with ball and ball handling on those types of players. We're going to be able to move and groove just a little bit more with those. I'm going to come back to the jump shots, but you can see again here, as far as the dunks go, you get a lot of the nice dunk animations. You know, you get the 1 foot hangs, all the athletic hangs off of one. You know, you get some big man tomahawks, you get the big man reverses on here. You know, all the standing dunks we talked about, you're going to get all of those, along with that pro big man contact dunk that we talked about as well. So you're going to get a lot of nice those. As far as signature dunk styles go, you can see you can get Shaq, which is really good for those inside dunk animations, along with Dwight Howard as well. He has a lot of very good under the hoop animations, a lot of very aggressive athletic types of dunks for driving to the hoop. And then the Karl Anthony Towns dunk package, which is very nice for attacking the hoop. You get a lot of nice tomahawk animations and things like that, the quick dunks and everything. So even though you only have a 70 driving dunk, you are going to have access to some very nice dunk animations. We talked about the alley-oops. You can see here we get the pro alley-oop package. So you're going to be catching lobs and everything on this build. You know, not the contact lobs, anything too crazy. And then as far as the jump shot goes, like I said, you're going to get access to a lot of very nice jump shots. I'm going to show you one real quick if you guys are interested in having a jump shot for this particular build. It's kind of going to be that money jump shot. We're going to go back to 2K24 with this one. It was a very effective base. We're going to go with the Jonathan Isaac base on this. I think I just passed it here. So we're going to go with the Jonathan Isaac base. And then for the uppers on mine, I used LaMarcus Aldridge for the first one, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. for the second upper. And we'll go ahead and find that one here. I wish there was a better way to get around these, but here we go. Jaren Jackson Jr. And then for me, I like to use my jump shots on push. You can adjust it any way you want. Take the release speed up to 3/4. And then I'm going to take this back here to 65% LaMarcus Aldridge, 35% Jaren Jackson Jr. You see you get the A+ release height, the A+ release speed, the B on the defensive immunity, and then the timing stability and whatnot. You only need an 82 mid-range for this one, but again, having that 85 mid-range, you're able to get these silver dot eye and stuff that we talked about. So again, you're going to get a lot of very nice animations on this. You know, we talked about the dunk styles and everything, you know, the gameplay animations. So that's going to go ahead and be this build. It's going to be my NBA 2K25 kind of do it all type of a center build. Again, if this one helps you out, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Like I said, we'll be bringing some stretch center builds, some inside center builds, and then we'll get into some NBA player type replica builds as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. But that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to leave a card here if you want to check out the other stuff we've done here in NBA 2K25. And I'm out. Peace.